If you're someone who thinks that you don't need therapy, you're wrong because you're alive. And all of us that are alive need therapy.
So we're really excited about this week's sponsor, BetterHelp. BetterHelp's mission is to make therapy more affordable and accessible, which is really important because sometimes finding a therapist can be really hard, especially when you're limited to the therapists available in your area.
BetterHelp is a platform that makes finding a therapist way easier because it's online, it's remote, and just by filling out a few simple questions, they will match you with a professional therapist in just a few days.
When Adrianna and I were trying to find our therapist, we looked at a whole bunch of options and we picked someone who we thought was a good fit for us.
And we just happened to nail it on the first try because that's us. But if it's not you, don't worry. It's super easy to change your therapist if you do not jive with them. It's free. You don't have to worry about if your insurance is going to cover it. You don't have to worry about if they're in your network or any of that. Just switch your therapist at any time.
So if you're struggling, whether it's big or small, consider online therapy with BetterHelp. Visit the link in our video description.
Or go to betterhelp.com/gaywomen. That's betterhelp.com/gaywomen. And get 10% off your first month.
Thank you again to BetterHelp for sponsoring this video. Hey everyone, welcome back to our podcast. Help, I'm gay.
Boy, do we have an episode for you today. We got some pretty good questions. I am excited about these. My name is Adrianna.
And I'm Sarah.
Most people call me Age. I got that nickname when I was in grade 1. That's what podcasts are. It's like stories no one really cares about. Isn't it? Let me tell you about my nickname and
Grade
the history
1
of my nickname. And you're like, I don't care.
So we asked our followers and our YouTube subscribers to send in your questions anonymously. Anything you need help with, things you needed advice for.
You thought we were, for some reason, a good idea to give advice. I don't know. Like, did you not watch our YouTube channel?
But nonetheless, here we are on a podcast.
And we are honest. We're trying this time. We're trying really hard. We review the questions beforehand. We're like, what advice can we actually give?
We print them.
I shouldn't even say that because the advice is so bad still that I don't want you to know that we've thought about this.
We thought about it so much. We printed it on paper with lions. So for this episode, we had a bunch of questions that maybe didn't fit into the themes of our other episodes.
I'm going to lose my mind. I want to shoot this goddamn podcast and then I want to go to bed. I get up early. And this fucking garbage truck, it's been 20 minutes. And then it slows down, gets quiet, and then it gears up again. I am fuming. You know what, people? I'm sorry. Okay, you have to deal with the hum of a garbage truck. Okay, we're just shooting this in our living room. We live downtown Toronto. It's noisy.
All right, we'll just go.
We're going with that.
We're not
okay?
going to stop.
We're not going to stop it. We're not stopping.
No more
Never
stopping.
Stop. Never stop it.
Lesbians stop for no garbage man. All right. So we read through dozens and dozens of questions and put them into categories to kind of, create episode themes. And on this episode, we're calling it a gay goodie bag of lesbians because these are all the questions that didn't maybe fit into the other episodes so nicely.
Yeah, they're more random questions. Maybe some of them could have fit. I don't know, but no, some of them are. They're just one-offs.
But even though they're random, it doesn't mean we're not all going through these things.
Some of them are just statements. I just saw one.
Here we go. Gay goodie bag of lesbian questions.
I'll start.
You should start.
Okay. Our first question is coming in from Samantha.
Hi, Samantha.
Sam. Let's go with Sam.
I like it.
Okay, Sam wants to know the healthy and toxic sides of an open relationship, preferably with a long-time partner. That's
Does it say long time?
Long time.
Like long term?
Imagine you're on your second date and you're like, what are you thinking if we open this up? And you're like, this is our second date. Am I already too boring for you?
Do monogamous people do open relationships well? Because I read that we don't.
No, I think it's like you are a monogamous person or you're a polyamorous person. It's like...
There's no spectrum?
I don't think, because I don't think I could do it.
I feel, well, if you're like a monogamous couple, is it just like the boomer word of the day is swingers.
Oh my God.
Is that
swingers?
That's polyamory for straight people, I guess.
Yeah, that's just straight up though. Just like there's so many different types of polyamorous relationships. You can have one where you're like, you can just go sleep with someone else. That's fine. Or it's like, no, I want to actually fall in love with someone else, or bring someone else into the relationship. There's so many different.
There's a word I love for this. Is it called comet?
Oh my God, yeah, comet relationship.
Or a comet partner, and it just means somebody that comes around. Just
once a year,
once in a while.
They live in Australia, and then they're only in town for 2 nights a year.
Like it just has a fun name, like a jacuzzi partner. Like, what's that? That sounds fun too.
You can only have sex in the jacuzzi.
We signed up for Beducated, which has like online courses for sex and relationships, and they have a lot of really interesting like open relationships, polyamory courses that will definitely be more helpful than we will be.
Yeah. And they have like good like do's and don'ts of open relationships. Obviously, like a big thing is for any question we've ever been asked, like communication is key. Make sure you're always communicating with your partner. You have to tell each other how you're feeling. Don't keep things in. If you're starting to feel jealous, if you're starting to feel threatened, if you're like, you got to talk to your partner, especially in open relationships. Like you have to communicate so much that you might be like, let's stop this. The communication is, I can't handle it anymore. Let's end these open relationships.
Yeah. I just feel like I wouldn't be good at it because I feel like a lot of polyamorous people are just excellent at time management and scheduling. Scheduling.
I would be the person
you have to have really good time management.
See, that's because you would be the person that's like going on tons of dates. I am the person that's like, Sarah, you want another partner? Good. They're going to take you off my plate for a bit. We barely have time to go on dates. How are you going to get someone else to come in?
My God. Between the YouTube channel and the podcast and all of the other things we got on the go, we barely have time to date each other.
Exactly. But yeah, I do suggest like looking up an online course, try Beducated. It will give a lot more better information from people who are actually polyamorous and doing open relationships.
Yeah, that is our best advice.
Yeah.
Seek out professional
professional
information. Next question is obviously from Glenda. How did you fool us all for so many years? We did fool them because they've always thought the pillow talk isn't a bed, but it is a bed.
That's what you're talking about,
Isn't
right?
that what the question's about?
Yeah. Pillow talk is a bed.
Yeah.
Originally it wasn't.
And also, sometimes we don't have pants on. We fooled you.
Uh-huh.
But the true answer is just gaslighting.
We went real hard at the beginning, though. When we first started our channel.
Hard with gaslighting?
Hard with gaslighting and making sure we didn't want people to know we were dating because we were like, we're filmmakers and we're storytellers, and we didn't want people to bombard us with like questions about our relationship.
No, it is because all of the other YouTubers were dating and making videos about just their relationships. So we just didn't want to do like the girlfriend tag. We wanted to do something funny and scripted. And
yeah. But again, I think if we were like a couple people, would be like, do the girlfriend tag. And I somehow hit 10,000 steps and I haven't moved.
Really?
Yeah.
Weird.
Because I'm talking like an Italian. Yeah, so we went really hard at the beginning, and then it got to the point where we were like, we didn't really care anymore. We're like, we'll just keep living our lives. But if people want to fight about it on the internet, let them.
I'm just going to be real. It was really fun.
It was fun.
Reading all of your theories.
Yeah.
And I want to say, like, how did we fool you guys for so many years? It was really your fault, which is more gaslighting. We loved the theories. We loved reading the comments, and we didn't want it to end.
Okay. Next question is from Devin. How will you know what your sexuality is? Devin, I don't think it matters, honestly, if you don't know. You might never know. Some people know right away. I knew when I was like honestly 5 years old. Mm-hmm. Some people don't know later in life. I think your sexuality can change and morph as you grow, but also like just like who you like, and you don't really need a label if you don't want one.
I mean, we love labels, but we also don't love labels, so we don't need them.
You know, I do feel like we should probably head to, because there are so many labels that like just be who you are and date who you want and love who you love. That sounds like the lyrics to the L Word theme song or something. But
You just like who you like, and you'll figure it out also.
yeah. And you can always start with you're like pansexual, and then you can work down from there. Because I think pansexual is like everyone, everything, all the time. And then work backwards.
All the way to asexual.
Yeah.
All right, the next question is from Stephanie, who she signed off as, so still might not be her real name. My question is, how did me and my wife add a third person to our relationship? Is that still a thing some single lesbians like? From your fan, Stephanie.
I think it depends how old you are, because I think some like young lesbians would love to be in a throuple with like Sandra Bullock and Kate Blanchett.
Oh my
right? Who would not? You'd be like, yes.
You had to do
absolutely.
it. Like, you had to drop Sandra Bullock and Kate Blanchett.
What,
There's
like,
not a lesbian alive that wouldn't be in a
I don't
throuple
even-
with those two.
I don't even think there's a straight woman alive that wouldn't be in a throuple with those two.
That's true.
Everyone. They're like, would you like to join us? You're like, is this a question? What do you mean? Yes. Take me. You could keep me as a prisoner in your basement. I'd be like, I'm very happy here. The police would come and be like, don't take me. I want to be here.
Yeah. You're like Kimmy Schmidt, but
I'm in a bunker and I am loving my life.
they come down once a week to change my bowl. Was this something that single lesbians liked and like I didn't know about it? Did single lesbians, are you guys into this? Because it seems like something straight people do. Is it still a unicorn if you're all women? I just think a third lesbian is harder to find than two straight people trying to find a bi girl. So I wanted to think of something harder to find than a unicorn. A dinosaur. A Loch Ness Monster.
The Loch Ness Sasquatch.
Looking for my Sasquatch. Any Sasquatches out there?
I think because though open relationships are like trendy now, and I mean just trendy because people are like, who cares? It's, you know, people aren't conforming and aren't fitting in boxes anymore. So people are like, yeah, I am in an open relationship, and people are like, cool. So I feel like, yeah, maybe more lesbians would be into it, as opposed to like even like 5 years ago.
How would you find said third person?
People ask us how to find one person. I don't know. It's hard. Maybe it's easier though.
Maybe.
To find a third than to find your partner.
I don't know. I found you, and that's where my luck ended.
Maybe we should try for a third.
Go up to some cute girl at a bar and just say, can my wife and I buy you a drink?
How do you do it in the non-creepy way though?
Yeah.
I would feel like a predator if I was like at a bar and be like, yeah, my wife and I can stop looking at you.
Well, you
from across
wouldn't.
the
You
bar.
wouldn't. I would go over to her to
And
say,
you'd be like,
and
"See
you,
that girl in
and
the
you would be
corner?"
sitting at the bar, and I'd be like, my wife and I, and I'd point, and you'd give a little wave, looking from like under your eyelids.
I'd be like, I'm so embarrassed.
I'd be like, do you see my partner over there by the bar? And I'd look, and you would be gone. Like, where did she go?
I couldn't do it. Yeah, try it. I don't know. Let us know. Let us know if single women are into it.
When you know, you tell us how. Try the apps. I think getting a dating app is the easiest way to try anything.
I bet there's a dating app for thirds. 100%. There's a dating app for everything. There are some dating apps that are so specific. It's like left-handed only people wanting to find each other. Like, so you're going to find...
And I think Rebel Wilson like released a dating app called Fluid, where it's not about labels. Maybe it's also not about how many people.
Oh, I don't even need to Google it. There's 100% there's an app for like open relationships. What's it called? Ashley Madison.
No,
It's for affairs.
not that.
Not that.
That is the opposite.
But
That is
maybe-
the opposite of what they're looking for.
See, that is how far we've come though. If those straight
No,
people
I
just
feel like-
talk to each other and been like, hey, this is how I'm feeling.
I feel
And
like
had a
I feel
conversation.
like that's how different the straights and the gays are.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we haven't come that far because we were never there.
No. I'm saying we as a society, like, because straight people now are also doing open relationships. It's not just gay people. We just normalized it because we are trendsetters.
Stephanie, try an app. It's low risk. You can literally do it in your pajamas.
Great advice, Sarah. Next question is from Terry. How do you manage to have physical contact with friends, mostly girls, without it seeming weird? My love language is touch, but I'm shy and overthink everything, so I almost never get physical contact with anyone because I'm afraid it will be awkward, even more since I know I'm gay. And that's kind of sad because that's supposed to be one of the ways I show affection. Okay, Terry, I need to know the intention as to why you're touching your friends.
Also,
That's question 1.
Is your love language like what you do to others? I thought your love language is like what you love
There's both.
to receive.
There's both.
Because it seems like a really easy way to go around touching pretty girls. It's my love language.
It's my love language, ladies. Don't be weirded out.
This is how I love.
No, but love language goes both ways. It's like how you want to receive love, but also how you show love. Because like I show love with acts of service and gifts, but then I don't want gifts. I want acts of service, but then I also want like words of affirmation. So it's like a mix.
Okay, it's a mix.
Yeah. But you can also like you can touch your friends in a friend way. That's fine. You can give hugs.
Yeah,
Friends like hugs.
do we need to explain what a friendly touch is?
Yeah, there's friendly touches
and an unwanted.
and then there's unwanted sexual touches. Just do the former.
How many hugs do you need a day for
4
your
hugs
mental
a day.
health? 4?
That's the minimum,
It's 4? That
Yeah.
doesn't seem like enough.
not the maximum.
Isn't
4
it
hugs
10
a day.
hugs a day?
No, Sarah, it's 4 hugs a day. 10 hugs a day? What else are you? You have no other time to do anything else. Every 30 seconds, I need a hug. No, it's 4 hugs a day.
Okay. All right. So also it's good for you and for your friends.
And just use that as an excuse.
To
Be
give
like, 4
hugs.
hugs a day. And they're like, here goes Terry again. Physical touch. Physical touch, Terry.
Yeah.
Touchy Terry. But yeah, if you don't make it weird, it won't be weird. That's it. Don't overthink it. Just hug your friends.
Next question is from Kristen. And I know we already used Kristen, but
Different spelling.
There's 2 ways to spell Kristen.
There
so.
are 6 ways to spell Kristen, but go on.
Oh, yeah, you're probably right. White girls spell anything however they want. Bisexual women, the hottest of all women?
Doesn't sound like a problem to me.
Sounds like a statement.
This is a line I used in Pillow Talk, and I'm quite proud of it. It's anyone can be really pretty and anyone can be really ugly. And what that means is any single person, like Kate Blanchett can be really pretty and Kate Blanchett can also be really ugly, just depending on the day. Maybe not Kate Blanchett, but
No, that's the whole point
that's
of it.
literally the whole
That's
point.
the whole
Is
point.
anyone can be really, like anyone.
Yeah, you get
If you have-
expensive fashion, your own hair and makeup person,
Exactly.
professional photographer, videographer, great lighting.
You're really pretty. And then, you know, the paparazzi's catching you coming out of a Starbucks in your sweatpants and you haven't slept in 3 days and you just broke up with your partner and you had a rager all night. You're not looking your hottest. But I do agree bisexual women are pretty hot.
I don't disagree.
Okay, the next question is from Farah. I've been friends with this girl for 3 years now, and I want to know if she's gay, but I'm not going to ask her. LOL. Here's a few signs that make me think she's gay. She has never fingernailed. Oh,
She's never fingered a girl.
Fingered a girl. She has her fingernails trimmed always. She doesn't wear makeup. She always wears sneakers, and I've never seen her wearing like high heels or formal shoes. I have to say that I am a lesbian myself, and I haven't told her because I'm afraid of losing her friendship. What do I do? So many lesbians are afraid of just asking people questions and because they're afraid they're going to lose them. And I'm like, are women like that? Where we're like, I can't believe you'd ask me that. We're not friends anymore. I'm like, are you gay? That walk away.
Friendship over.
Friendship over.
Oh my God.
So many questions.
You know what? Listen, lesbians have come so far. We have evolved so much. 10 years ago, when we started the Gay Women channel, lesbians wore sneakers and plaid shirts and
Beanies.
snapbacks.
Yeah.
But now, there's something called ninja lesbians, which are lesbians that are like sneaky ninjas.
Sneaky gays.
Where you can't tell
Yeah.
that they're lesbians.
Like TikTok lesbians now, right? Like,
oh, they're all...
you would never know.
You can't tell.
There's no 100-footers anymore.
Because straight people now look like gay people, and gay people look like straight people, and we all just look however we want, and whatever we feel comfortable in, and however we want to present ourselves. And there's not like one thing.
And we all just look like trash now, really.
And also,
we're all wearing Crocs and
yeah,
oversized vintage clothing.
it's really hard.
It's hard to tell.
And also, there's like high femme lesbians, which is even more femme than just femmes.
That's true.
So I don't know. You can't, I don't think, judge a book by their fingernails anymore.
Farrah, you have to ask her. It's the only way, and you won't lose her as a friend. Because you know what? Also, if she's so offended that you asked her, that's not a friend you want anyways.
100%.
Right? If you're offended if someone asks you if you're gay, you're like, why are you mad about that?
And even if that's maybe a little too scary, tell her that you're gay. Because
Okay. Yeah.
I'm just going to use Adriana as an example, but I know for a fact when you were in the closet around other people in the closet and you told someone you were gay, then all the gays came out to you.
That's true.
Because then it's like a safe space.
Yes.
So maybe if you tell her you're gay and, she hasn't really told a lot of people or is uncomfortable telling
That's a
people
good
still,
idea.
then she'll open up to you because she's like, oh, this is a safe space.
In university, I played on the golf team because I am
Lesbian.
a lesbian. And I was the first person to come out on my golf team. I got outed though. I think I told one person. Yeah, so what happened is I told one person and I was like, don't tell anyone, I'm not ready for the team to know. And then they were like, okay. And then we were like away for a golf tournament. Like we were in hotels and they left my room. And I was like, where are they going? And they literally just went like door to door to tell everyone that I was gay. So I was like, okay. This person ended up being gay. So I'm like, why did you do that? Probably she's like, I got to throw the heat on someone else.
And she was probably testing the water with everyone.
Like, is it weird? Also, my nickname in college was Dill. You don't need the history of all my nicknames, but it was a terrible nickname. So they're like, is it weird that Dill is gay? Do you hate her? So anyways, I was the first person that was out. And then all of a sudden 50% of my golf team was gay and they were all telling me. And I'm like, like some of the people, like it's the first person they ever told.
Yeah.
Or like one of them was like dating another team member and they're like, we're actually dating. And I'm just like, okay.
It's because when you come out to people, people come out to you.
Yeah. Also, if you want to know where to meet lesbians, a university golf team is a really good place to start.
Just start your golf career, shoot, I don't know, in the 70s, get a golf scholarship, and you'll meet some lesbians.
You'll meet some lesbians.
It's the easiest way.
Yeah, it is. Honestly, the way like our friend tried to online date for 2 years, you could probably get better at golf quicker. Last question.
From Jessica. How to overcome feeling of anxiety and vulnerability around other queer women. I'm a bi woman, and it has been a few years since the last time I dated a woman. In my heart, I know that I feel a deeper connection with women, and I usually feel romantically involved mostly with them. But I cannot overcome this feeling of anxiety when I see someone I like. I don't really know how to approach them, and I wonder if anyone else has had it and if they overcame it in some ways. Now I'm trying to go out more often in lesbian/bi queer places, and it helped a bit, but I still cannot manage to overcome this feeling.
It's like, how do you gain confidence, which is hard. And also, I just feel like maybe, what did you name her again?
Jessica.
I feel like Jessica maybe is a little bit older because I want to also apologize to bisexual women everywhere. Because like lesbians were just sometimes terrible to bisexual women. We're like, lesbians would not date bisexual women. But now, because so many people are bisexual and so many people are just like fluid, no one cares as much anymore. Like no one's gonna think twice that you're bisexual.
Right.
So yeah, it's like you have to kind of gain some confidence. So how do you do that? Because I would also like to know, Sarah. how you
I think
gain some confidence.
I think the best way to do it is baby steps.
A gay man.
A
lot of our solutions are gay men.
I think you would just be hiding behind the gay man's confidence.
No, but he'll give you confidence. He's like, yes, queen, you're amazing.
But then what do you do when the gay man is not there?
You bring his energy.
Give a lesbian a gay man and she'll have confidence for the night. Teach a lesbian to be a gay man and she'll have confidence forever.
Oh my God. That's it. You did it. That might be the funniest thing you've said in this entire podcast. That was so good. And you put it so eloquently.
Okay, listen, no. Without a gay man, just do baby steps.
Like, what are baby steps?
Okay,
what are you doing to gain confidence?
I think if you're like, I'm going to approach this lesbian woman I think is attractive and I'm going to ask her out on a date, that can be very anxiety inducing.
Right.
To just throw yourself in there. So I think...
So date an ugly person first. Date someone so below your standards
that you will gain the
that
confidence.
If they dump you, you're like, oh, crap.
So I think Jessica is starting out in the right direction, going out more often to queer spaces. So just go to the queer spaces. Just be in the queer space and don't give yourself that pressure of like talking to or asking a queer woman out.
Also, a good baby step might be to also just get some friends in the queer space.
Yeah.
They'll help boost your confidence also.
Yes.
And then you'll realize that it's not so scary approaching women. Because you'll have these friends and you're like, oh, they're just loser lesbians. There's nothing to be afraid of. And then you'll have some confidence. You're like, I'm a cool, hot bisexual woman.
Yeah. So maybe think about what your end goal is, what you want, and then maybe work your way backwards on some like baby steps that are easier to get there.
Teach a woman. So good. Okay.
I think, and on that note, on that question,
that is
banger. A wrap up of that episode.
Yeah. Thank you guys for submitting your questions for advice. You're welcome for the help and our guidance and our wisdom.
Go on the Gay Women channel on YouTube or social media if you have more questions and you want to ask us.
If you need help, we're here to advise.
You're gay. Congratulations. Now the problems have started. And thank you for listening to this episode of Help I'm Gay.